Hello, Creative Mornings Monterey. We've got a great show prepared for you today. One in which we're going to do stuff a little different. It's going to be more of a workshop, more of a collaboration with an amazing special guest. Our guest speaker is none other than George Woods, who's having a good time. All right, next. Thanks for bringing a friend today. If you brought a friend, raise your hand if you're new. Raise your hand. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you, everybody. It's a pleasure to meet you. Welcome to our space. Next. Creative Mornings is 250 chapters worldwide, and we're lucky to have one right here. This is about connecting with each other and forming connections and learning something, a thing or two from this, from our space, from our keynote speakers, and from each other. So I hope you stick around after the show and exchange phone numbers and do lots of business. Next. So I'm one of the young ones who moved away and then came back because I realized how rich this community is in culture and people and opportunities. And so I'm on a mission to help others do the same and in creating more opportunities. So I hope you'll join me because today, I'm launching something really special, something I've been working on for 7 years. And I'm going to show you guys our launch video today. It's a new nonprofit organization devoted to saving an old space and reinventing it to make it a space available to everybody. But before I get to that, I want to acknowledge our sponsors. First and foremost, Wave Street Studios. Thank you for blessing us again. Rhett and Judy Smith built this space with their bare hands and run it with their son Foster, and we're lucky to have them and all their work. They run the show back there, they provide all the space for us with the chairs and the delicious coffee. So thank you, Wave Street. Wolfhead Industries is providing the cameras today. Unfortunately, Travis couldn't make it again today, and I set it up myself. But sometimes it can be hard to be in front of the camera and behind the camera, but I've got help today from Darren. Thank you, Darren, for being behind the camera, and Michael over there is on that camera. Thank you, guys. Next. Today's presenting sponsor is the Carmel Outlands. This organization is founded by myself with some other concerned groups of citizens. And you're going to learn all about that right now. And if you check out last week's pine cone, and I have some pine cones in the back, you can see the article that just came out announcing all this, and we've got some great traction. So check it out.
Welcome to the Flanders Mansion, an iconic property in the center of Carmel by the Sea, which has long sat unoccupied. Today we present a vision for its future, crafted by a group of people devoted to finding a singular solution which will bring public benefit to the people of our village for generations to come.
Our goal? To restore, maintain, and operate Flanders Mansion as a public benefit organization called Carmel Outlands, named after the historic name of the property, the Outlands in the 80 acres.
Flanders Mansion, completed in 1924 to 1925, exactly 100 years ago, has been well cared for by the city and is in great shape because it's constructed of prefabricated steel-reinforced concrete blocks and is said to be able to sit in perpetual stillness forever. In fact, to most of us, it feels like it has. Despite numerous proposals, all previous attempts have failed primarily because they wanted the home to be private or commercially driven.
I too approached this home with the same intent in 2018. But after so many years on this project, working with my third group of concerned citizens, I've learned that the only solution is one that makes this home available to everyone. This is what the home's destiny is, and this is why the city bought it in 1972. This is why the public wouldn't allow the city to sell it. Our approach is different than every other proposal that has come before it. It prioritizes a public benefit, offering access and enrichment to all.
Our committee has formed a nonprofit board of directors and agreed on a mission. We have a name, bylaws, programs, and a sound fundraising strategy. We are putting together not just one person, but a group of people ready to serve as the curator, fulfilling the city's desire for a responsible and dedicated caretaker of this historic property.
The mission is to provide public access to the environs of the Flanders Mansion in harmony with the residential neighborhood for the benefit of the people of Carmel by the Sea. Over the past year, our committee met 14 times to refine our approach and engage with neighbors to address their concerns and incorporate their feedback. Our master plan reflects this community input, ensuring that our proposed function of the property will live up to our mission to be in harmony with the residential neighborhood.
It will take up to $2 million to replace this home's basic systems and make it available for the public. The funds will enable us to transform Flanders Mansion into a cultural hub that blends exclusive in-person events with unlimited online attendance. This online live stream model respects the limited parking and neighborhood concerns while amplifying Carmel's culture globally. Our productions, inspired by Carmel, will carry the city's name and people, past and present, onto the world stage, enriching our community's narrative.
If you're interested in having a creative role in the restoration, maintenance, or public benefit programs we've outlined, we want to hear from you. We encourage you and any potential caregivers who have ever attempted to restore the Flanders Mansion to come forward and serve on our current committee and future committees. We are seeking the village's most enthusiastic, creative minds to help us develop our programs at the Carmel Outlands, and our most connected Carmelites who can help us reach our fundraising goal under our strict timeline. Simply answer a few questions on our website and we will contact you right away.
Apply now to join our committee. Sign up for updates or read our master plan at carmeloutlands.org.
All right, cat's out of the bag on that one now. I know there's a lot to take in there, and some of you might be like really curious, like, wow, this is really exciting. And you're not alone. A lot of people are getting really excited about this, and it's a movement, and I'm really excited. Tomorrow, I'm going to be at the Devendorf Park for Community Day. So if you're in town in Carmel and you want to meet a bunch of nonprofits, including this one, you can talk to me there. I'll be there with a booth and some technology talking about this. And if you're interested in getting involved more, sign up for our list. You're going to get a little handout at the end. You can sign up for that list and other people you're going to hear from today. And you'll get a link to the website, and you can watch part 2, which is all about, it's 7 minutes long, so a little bit longer, and it's all about the function we're proposing and our fundraising strategy, if you really want to know like what we're really going to do in some of the programs we've got designed. But enough about Carmel Outlands. Let's talk about this month's theme. Oh, and about sponsorship. So that was a fun video to play, and it's also live streaming, and there's a replay announcement that goes out, so it's going to be seen by people. If you've got a video that you want to show to our community, and you can be a sponsor. You can be a presenting sponsor. It doesn't have to cost very much. Just come talk to me. So this month's theme is reflection. And here to talk about reflection is one of our previous speakers, Wendy Kirby. Come on up, Wendy. Woo!
Love the support.
You want backing music, Wendy, or you want to go solo? You want to vibe?
You could find the perfect moment to come in. Reflect on that.
I got you.
It's so fun to be back at Creative Mornings. So when Mike asked me a couple days ago to introduce the theme and to introduce George, I started to look for the meaning of the word reflection. And as I'm looking for that meaning, I'm immediately experiencing reflection, right? That is that very process. So reflection and remembering are two distinct mental processes, but yet they're almost always intertwined. So reflection, well, let's start with remembering. Remembering is basically just going through and having an experience where you just catalog the events, right? But reflection is a much deeper process where we have an emotional experience. We try to gain deeper meaning and understanding about our memory. So it's a much deeper place that we go within ourselves to find that. We search for insight and meaning, and then that memory becomes something completely different, right? So if I say, do you remember what food you had for dinner last night? Sean, what you have for dinner last night? Fish tacos, yummy. What did you have for dinner last night?
I had a salad.
Okay, salad. So if half of you are going, God, I hope she doesn't ask me because I don't remember, right? But if I say, can you reflect on the food you experienced in your childhood? All of a sudden, you can smell the bread baking, or you can taste the chocolate chip cookie, or you have a rush of emotion remembering that hard chair that you sat on until 10 o'clock because you refused to eat your Brussels sprouts, right? So it's just a completely different experience. So for most of us, once we've gone through that reflective process, we then express it through words. But a composer reflects and then uses music as that profound vehicle for reflection. So I compose instrumental music, and my first album, Bloom, is a reflection of people in my life that give my life meaning. So every song on the album is about someone in my life that I was reflecting about, and then wrote the piece and named it after their favorite flower. So the quote by Hans Christian Andersen, that's when words fail, music speaks, works beautifully for me. But then in walks George Woods, our speaker today, and he is a master at making words speak through his music. So I have a creative space and music studio in Monterey, and I hosted Creative Mornings last fall, and that's where I met George. So that's a testimony to the beauty of gatherings like this. We develop life friendships and relationships. So George, as you can see, is an amazing guitar player. If you've ever heard him in concert, I had him, once I started to get to know George, I'm like, you gotta play at my studio. So he came and played a concert. He opened for another artist, and then he started teaching songcrafting at my space. By the way, he's starting another session of songcrafting this Monday.
Yeah, Monday.
Monday, and every person in this room should sign up. It's not, even if you don't play an instrument, you're gonna have a life experience. So the things that I've learned in that class, because I took the class, has influenced the way that I think about chords and harmony and influenced my writing. But now when I listen to music, I listen in a new way and I reflect on that music in a new way. So George has a way of explaining form and harmony and lyrics that just will hit you at a very emotional level. So I'm excited for you to get to know George better. You're gonna have a lot of fun this morning. So George Woods.
It's kind of weird doing your own intro music, you know? All right. Hi, guys. So, hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name's George Woods. I'm here to teach you how to speak song. Hey, Philip. Hey, man. So I'm a college professor at the Berklee College of Music in Boston still. Yeah, I teach on Zoom now, but my wife and I moved out here because she's a music therapist. And they scoured the country, and Ohana decided that they wanted to import from Boston my wife, who's an absolute badass. Her name's Heather Woods. Woods now. It's pretty cool. And it's been 10 years, but it's still cool. But so now I'm here, and I decided that since I'm a little bit more remote from my musical community, I needed to make more musical community, and I started the Monterey Song School. And Wendy was kind enough to give me a shot, and we've been having a lot of great time teaching music together at Wendy Kirby Music over there on Hartnell Street. But I want to illustrate something for you guys. This is kind of fun. This is going to be a very interactive lecture, as it were. What did you eat for breakfast this morning?
I had a muffin.
You had a muffin? So let's right out there. All right, very good.
It's very good.
I had a muffin right out there. There we go. Right. For a guy who teaches like songwriting for a living, you'll be amazed at how frequently I misspell things. So check this out. We're going to play a little game. Our game is everybody in the room has to say this one at a time. However, they have to say it differently than anybody who came before. All right? That's the only game. That's the only game. So let's start with you again. You go ahead. You get the easy one.
You want me to change it?
No, you go ahead. Just you start us off.
Right out there.
I had a muffin right out there. What do you got?
I had a muffin right out there.
Skiddly-bop. Very good. What did you get?
I had a muffin right out there.
You guys ever seen a muffin like this? I swear to God. What did you get?
I had a muffin right out there.
It's like I understand there's a no eating policy in the club. Very good. Wendy.
I had a muffin right out there.
Whoa! And you're trying to join like a 70s rap group. I love it. This is great. That's awesome. What do you have for us?
Der ist ein Muffin, genau da draußen.
I've never had anybody go German with it. That's good. What about yourself? What would you like to add?
I had a muffin right out there.
It wasn't you. It was me. Here. I had a muffin right out there. Sir.
I had a muffin right out there?
Yeah, I mean, you were wasted clearly, but you don't remember it, obviously. Yeah. What you got? Oh, flexing. I love it. Very good. Yourself.
You can't add to it?
Oh, whatever you want. Let's see what you go. Let's see where you go with it. This is a creativity idea here.
Yes, I had a muffin out there.
Yeah, I ate. It's fine. I'm not going to pass out or anything.
I had a muffin right out
And somebody took it from me. Very good.
there. I had a muffin right out there.
I love you so much. That was great. What do you got?
I had a muffin right out there.
And somebody took it, and damn it, I'm pissed. Very good. Very good. I want to point something out to you guys. In all human communication, there is a delineation between words, information, and meaning. The words never changed. They never changed. But we had 16 different people say 16 very different things in 3 languages. And we went from like, oh, I had a muffin right out there, just pure information, delicious, right? To like, I had a muffin out there. No, it's gone, right? What's actually changing? What are we actually modulating? Tone, emphasis, inflection, AKA melody, emphasis, tone, instrumentation, context. The thing that's really interesting about being human is that you are a musician, inherently. For example, I can tell when you're paying attention to me because every single person is at my tempo right now. This is where I'm speaking. Usually people double time it. I'm actually kind of right here, just because I'm so used to speaking that I'm not going, hey guys, how are you? No, I'm not doing that, right? But we all speak to each other on the basis of tempo and rhythm, on the basis of tempo and rhythm, on the basis of tempo and rhythm. You're already a musician. The only thing that really defines a composer from a musician from a person is that a composer takes the time to actually organize it. You might notice that the second that I started repeating something, the second I started repeating something, the second I started repeating something, it had form. That's what we call songwriting, literally. It's about that simple. The thing that most people don't understand is how accessible it is to you, right? Like how many of you guys, if I asked you to stand up here and just like write a song right now, you'd be like, I'll do it! You're like, I got it. Everybody's a little bit weirded out by that. Right? That makes sense. That makes sense. It's kind of a weird thing in our culture. We look at musicians like, and we're like, I can't be Taylor Swift. I don't even fit in the dress. That's what I wake up in the morning and look in the mirror every morning and I say that to myself. I won't even fit in the dress.
I'm more worried about the boots.
I understand. A little bit of this action going on. These shoes are uncomfortable enough, and I'm trying to look fancy today. I'll tell you what, the wingtips aren't doing it. I need my sneakies. So what we're actually discovering and what I teach always in my classes is I teach people how to speak song, because you already do, right? So we have to ask ourselves, like, what exactly can we do with music when we hear music, right? What kind of communication is coming across? How many different factors are we talking about that actually give our words meaning? That actually give our words meaning? Doesn't give you word? Right. Tone, emphasis, phrasing, all of these things have an analog in the human body. But the one that I really want to talk to you guys about today is harmony. Harmony. When you hear a song, there's the melody, right? The melody is the tone of voice of the person driving the car, driving that song. The words are the words. That's the information that is being carried by that tone of voice, right? I mean, for example, when I say that your melody has meaning and your words have information, imagine you're sitting on your couch and your dog jumps up on the couch next to you, right? And the dog's not hungry, it's been fed, and it just looks at you in the eyes and goes, oh, like that, right? What does that mean?
He wants to out.
Correct. It has meaning. That has meaning. The words don't contain meaning. The melody does. Your dog can sing by that token, right? Now, the melody is the tone of voice of the person driving the car. That is your narrator, that is your protagonist, right? How fast your song is going, that's your rhythm, that's your engine. That is just literally your clip on the highway, right? If I'm driving down the highway real fast and I'm at a birthday party, I'm like, yeah, man, let's go do this thing. I can't wait to get there. But if I'm driving down the highway really fast and I don't really want to go to the birthday party, I'm like, yeah, man, sure, let's go do it. Right? Tempo. Right? Cool. Now, the one that's a little bit more elusive and the one that is weirdly so pervasive and will get under your skin, that's harmony. Harmony is a little bit more evasive because, like, we can speak single notes and we have the rhythm, we have all that stuff together. But the harmony is the room you're driving through. It is the landscape of your experience. The other thing harmony does is it tells you which way to go. It's your GPS, you know? Because if I go do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, everybody's like, make a right here, right? You want to land on do again, right? I can give you a sense of tension. I can take it from you, I can give it to you, right? All this sort of stuff. But what we're going to do today is we're going to do a little experiment. Oh, you have to sing. Oh, no. Don't worry, we're all going to sing together. It's going to be super easy. I'll lead you through it. So, on a piano.
Do you want me to play some chords when you guys are singing?
Oh, no, I'm going to do it. I got you covered. On a piano here, as long as I don't destroy my own instrument, Jesus in the way. Pianos are kind of handy, right? Because they're laid out for you. Like a guitar, everything's all like a grid and stuff. But a piano, if I just play every other white key, right? It's kind of laid out for you. You get that whole do, a deer, a female deer. Can everybody find this note? Now we're just going to do a little thing. Ready? So we're going to go, it's choir classic. Joking myself out of tune over here. It's happening. Very good. So There are 7 notes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 1. It repeats here. It's just twice as high. There's no crunch between the notes. We call both of those notes C or D, right? Whatever you want. Now, the question that I have for you is, how does that make you feel? Because I happen to know that if I stay on the tonic in the key of C major, then modulate to the subdominant, I'll have to make the C into a dominant chord in order to... That means nothing. That's just a bunch of people in an institution who want to really sound really smart, where it's like your grandma hears it and she's like, oh, that felt cool, right? So the thing we're actually looking for is we're looking to assess the feeling, all right? So the chord that I'm going to play in the key of C major is the 1 chord. I'm going to play a C major chord. And right over there I have a little chart. It just says 1 major. Now, we're going to sing up and down this scale again while I play that chord. And then I just want you to think about an emotional word that describes the state that you feel as you sing this feeling. Cool? We're going to do it again. And then we're just going to go through all the different chords. Check this out. Help me out. Here we go. How do you feel?
Peaceful.
Peaceful. Oh, we're going to write these down. Yes. I got peaceful first. What was the second one?
Balanced.
Balanced. Very good. Peaceful.
Content.
Content.
Reverent.
Reverent. Love it. Beautiful. Surprised. Ooh, surprised. Oh, there you go. Apparently I can't reverent. Jesus. Surprised. I'm surprised you said surprised. That's interesting. Oh, Serenity, I'll take. Serenity by Jan. If anybody gets the Office reference there. Excellent, excellent. So there was balanced as well, I heard. Is that right? Anybody want to throw in? And by the way, how many of you guys, before someone said it, thought peaceful? Raise your hands. Yeah. How many of you guys thought content? All right, how many of you guys thought reverent? 1. Yeah, I know, you got your shit together. I like it. You got to have a unique thing, right? How many of you guys thought surprised? Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Serenity. All right, very good. Balanced. How many of you guys realize that balanced, serenity, content, peaceful are all synonyms of the same word? Yeah. Good talk. That's what we're looking at. That's what we're going to try to figure out. How do you guys feel when we do this? Now, all I have to do to get 2 minor on a piano in the key of C is, instead of starting the chord on the note C, I'm just going to start it on the note D. I'm just going to move my hand over by 1 key. And then, because of the way this thing is organized, it immediately sounds incredibly Irish, which is lovely. Right, that's what we wind up with. So, everybody sing, ah, please. We're going to go, ah. Complicated, isn't it? So again, we're looking for emotional words. We're looking for emotional words. What do we got? Melancholy.
Mellow.
Mellow, I'll take. Yeah, very good. Melancholy, sad, and somber. We're all in a great mood today, right? Somber, very good. Pensive. Pensive. There was one other. Mellow. That's right. Reflective. Very good. Love it. Heck yeah. I'm with you.
Quieting.
Quieting.
Inspirational.
Oh yeah. Love it. Very good. Let's keep rocketing forward, shall we? 3 minor. 3 minors. I won't taint your experience of it. I'll talk about how I feel about it after we do this. But here. this note for me? We're gonna go. Just like, ugh, right? How do you guys feel? What do you got? Stressed. So glad you came here this morning and I could do that for you. Stressed. Very good. What else we got?
Energized.
Energized. Very good.
Almost has a Middle Eastern leaning towards it.
Indeed. I'm glad you feel that way. No, I'm joking. Everybody says that. It's lovely. No, you're totally correct, actually. And, sorry, I didn't mean to make fun. I'm just, the ADHD meds have not been filled for a week. That's really what's happening. No, you're legit. You're legit. And it's like every single movie you've ever seen that has like a desert. You're like, ah! Yeah, every single one of them. It is Phrygian. Very good. Yes, Phrygian. Very good. That's the Grecian name for it. Stretched. Very good. Very good. Any others? How many of you guys hear that sound and immediately feel safe and comforted? None of you, right? Yeah. So do we... Troubled. Very good. Intense.
Suspense.
Yes.
Unsteady.
Unsteady. Love it. You guys know what it is for me, for real life? No shit. It is, it's James Bond. This is like, I have the feeling of James Bond. So,
Entering the environment where something's going to happen.
I know. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, I'm like, it's dangerous, but it's sexy. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel about it. Like, every time, I'm just like, ooh, just, no, don't shoot. It's like, Pierce. All right, very good. Very good. Moving on. Or The Simpsons, right? Here we go. Everybody sing, ah, and let's sing it together. How do we feel? Ethereal. Oh, that's okay. We can double up. That's fine. Actually, it's even better when you do. Ethereal, suspenseful. Ooh. Aspirational.
Light.
Say again?
Light.
Beautiful.
Fairyland.
Hell yeah, I feel fairyland. I'm getting really good locational things today. This is cool. Fairyland, yes, very good. All right. When I was doing this exercise in class at Berklee, I had one of my first times I was being observed by my boss. I had a student in the back who was like straight out of like East Philly. And like genius, but like super, super urban kind of girl. And she was just like sitting in the back and like people would be like, ethereal, blah, blah, blah. And then she'd be like, Paisley. And I'd be like, fuck yeah, I'm so sorry. And then I'd go back to write. This is like, you feel Paisley? I love that about you. This is amazing. What else we got? What else we got? Heavenly, very good. Very good. All right, very nice. Let's keep going. 5 major in the key of C. That is the chord G. And I want to see if I'm working with educated people here. It took you too long. All right, very good. Very good. Here we go. Help me out. Very good. So, how do you feel? Inspired. Great. What else we got? Adventure. Very good. What else we got? Active. Very good. What are you look confused.
Nothing off of that one.
Caught nothing. Whoa.
Yeah.
All right, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you feel more activated or less activated?
Less.
Less activated.
Yeah.
Oh, you're unique. I like you. You're cool, man. Very good. Very active. Very good. What else we got? Methodical. Oh.
That diminished 7.
Yeah, flat 7. Yeah, you know. Yeah, you know what's up. Yeah, there you go. There's all them words. Love those words, man. They're good. Any other thoughts?
It definitely had movement in it.
Movement. Has movement.
Expectation.
There you go. That's a good one. Yes, expectation. Activating. Very good. You know. Now, I mean, like, here's the thing. Everybody's going to feel it a little differently, right? And that's cool. But we'll see. We'll see if that actually holds water. So, 6th minor. This is the 6th chord in the key of C. It's technically A minor if you want to, if anybody's keeping track. If it wasn't the white keys, I wouldn't be able to play the piano. Just telling you. Here we go. Yeah, you know what's up. How do you feel? Somber, serious. Bela Lugosi. Hell, you know what? Honestly, like, I totally accept that as a feeling. That's that's great. That's great. Bela Lugosi. I don't know how do you spell Bela Lugosi. Well, I'm about to find. I don't know why I feel the need to spell check this right now, but we're not. All right, wait, hang on. Somber. Let's get there. Somber. Very good. Somber. What else do we have? I missed a few.
Remorse.
Remorse. Very good.
Stonish.
Stonish.
Darkly romantic.
Stonish. I've never heard that word before.
Yeah, neither.
Huh? You neither? I love it. You and I need to chill, man. Just putting it out there. Darkly romantic. What else we got? Anybody? Did I not write anybody's down?
Reflective.
Reflective. Okay, very good. Like reflective, like, oh, this is a nice day.
More like reflective, like
It had a weight into it.
Heavy.
Heavy. Very good. Reflective a la ugh. Heavy, weighty, right? Very good. Love it. Very nice. And everybody's favorite that I didn't even put in the column here because I wanted to have enough room to show it. 7 diminished. Everybody's favorite chord. If you think that one's Bela Lugosi, man, just feels nice, doesn't it? Everybody say, here we go. Well,
no way.
How do you feel now? Tense, heavy, very good. Silent film. Ooh.
It's like you're in the middle of a hill on a skateboard and it's really far going down and you can't stop.
Oh, I love that. Out of control.
Yeah, that would work.
Driving.
Never drive me anywhere. I'm joking. I'm sorry. Out of control. Driving. You mean like as in like forcefully moving forward?
Like
Okay.
Driven.
Say again.
Driven.
Driving. Yes. Driving, driven, forceful forward motion.
Menacing.
Yeah, motion. Yes, indeed. Menacing. Very good. Okay. So this is interesting. I'll just do everybody a quick favor and just so let's clear it out, right? Yeah, exactly. Very good. Musical stage. That's fantastic. I love that. That's great. Okay, cool.
Isn't that one of the chords that Mozart used to play at night? You
Oh.
heard the story?
No, I haven't.
So he and his dad had this thing, and he would go downstairs at night sometimes when he was mad at his dad, and he would play that, and then he'd go back to bed.
That's amazing. That's fantastic.
And his dad couldn't sleep until he went back down again.
Yeah, press the do. Actually, I think I did hear that once. That's amazing. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, bye. Yeah, exactly. Indeed. All right, cool. So here's what we're looking at here. I want to show you guys something interesting, all right? Here's the interesting thing. This is a chord emotion chart from 2021 in a Berklee classroom. All of these people who wrote these emotions, some of them were being a little silly because they're like, you know, basically teenagers who are trying to live life on their own for the first time. One, kindergarten music class, serene, open, airy nostalgia, peaceful and calm, subtle, lullaby, clouds, tranquil, liberated. You guys said peaceful, content, reverent, surprised, serenity, and balanced. Two, you said melancholy, sad, somber, pensive, mellow, reflective, peaceful, quieting, and inspirational. They said night, lost, tense, anticipatory, peaceful with a hint of tension, mystery, melancholy, backyardigans, whatever the hell that means. It's a children's show, right? Yeah. Mysterious, somber, renaissance, indeed. What are you guys noticing as you compare this list? Oh, and let's not forget about that list. How about this one? This is from another class that same year. This is from another class that same year with a couple people who just were just like, James, it feels like James, my boyfriend James. Yeah. I had a couple. Something came in the mail today was what they got for 7 diminished there. But what are we noticing? What do you guys notice? I actually want to hear. Yes. Similarities, right? Isn't that interesting? Right? Let's see. How about, I believe, this one. Yes. This one was from my most recent Songcrafting class at Wendy's. Yeah. Whole, steady, peaceful, soothing, calm, and angelic. I think you guys almost literally line up exactly on that one. Ethereal we got. Medieval keeps coming up for some reason. Being forgotten. Going into a dark forest. 3, kingly, dramatic, the climax of a scene, dissonance, right? Here's what's really interesting about this to me. I have done this exercise with as many as 150 people, 200 people at the same time, with people as young as 8 and as old as 80. And every single time I do this exercise, I get 70% the exact same words, right? Every single time. What does that mean to you? I want to hear somebody else say it before I do.
Shared experience.
Shared experience. Universal language.
Can I ask a question?
Hit me.
So, a lot of us were raised with cartoons, and there's music to
Yeah.
all the movies. And
Yeah.
I'm wondering how much of that has been trained from an early age from watching cartoons and movies that we unconsciously associate emotions with different pitches because they've been used that way in.
I have an answer to that question. The first thing I'd like to say is you have to consider it's a chicken or the egg scenario, right? Because there have been human beings making music as long as before we were able to speak language. So that's been around for a long time. And also the fact that your dog can go, ooh, and you know what it means, right? The second side of it, okay, is that, wait, there were 2 sides? Yes, the second side of it. Have you ever seen any of those videos of like industrial accidents, but they have like goofy music on top? There's a whole thing on YouTube. It's a whole thing called fail videos. Right? It's like somebody like, you know, on a skateboard and they like land their nuts on a railing or something, right? I'm a professional. Research, yeah. There's actually a Netflix show called 100 Humans. And what they do is they divide the group into 50 and 50, and they do experiments on them with one as a control group and one as not. So one group watched all the same accidents, the same fail video with no soundtrack. And they sat in there and they winced and they were like, oh God, this is terrible, right? But the other group were watching like cranes fall apart and like buildings collapse and stuff, but the soundtrack was, you know, like that's what it was. And like,
They didn't take it seriously.
they didn't take it seriously at all. All they did was laugh. They just laughed the entire time. So to answer your question, chicken or the egg, number 1. Number 2, the music that you're experiencing in a situation, right? Have you ever been in a restaurant and the music just is not the vibe you want and you just got to leave the restaurant, or it completely ruins the meal for you? See, I'm the kind of person who has to leave the restaurant. I've quit jobs for this reason. I really have. Me in college in a seasonal job folding clothes at JCPenney's did not go well with the little drummer boy, I'll just tell you that. It's before digital anything, a 5-disc CD changer, and I just heard ba-rum-bum-bum-bum, ah! Like the ADHD, I can't block it out. Hello.
No, I was gonna say my kids and I were watching Jurassic Park. My
Yeah.
son's very sensitive. He started getting scared.
Yeah.
And I just would mute and then
Yes.
turn on the Looney Tunes music when the dinosaurs started trying to eat someone.
Yeah.
And it made it so funny that he could get through without.
Correct. Very good. Actually, I had the same thing with my daughter recently, which is like she was watching a video that was supposed to be funny. It was like a kid's podcast, and it was like literally like a duck in space, and like, but the music was really dramatic, and she was like, and I just muted it, and I was like, this is hilarious, and she was like, oh yeah, I get it. So the actual tonality of your space, it really truly is your emotional environment that you're driving through. Now, here's an interesting thing. If I want to write a song for my grandma, right, to tell her how much I love her, and then I play the song for her, and then she starts weeping, and she's like, why do you hate me? I did my job wrong, right? Right? I have seen this in action, by the way. Like young 15-year-old singer-songwriters who are really dramatic. They're at Berklee, right, for like the summer camp, and their mom is in the audience, and they're like, I just really love my mom, and I wanted to write a song to tell my mom how much I loved her, right? And literally gets up there, and it just sounds like she's singing a funeral dirge. And I'm like, what the hell is happening? Her mom's in the front of the audience going, trying to be supportive, but like absolutely terrified, you know? And it's like, it's a really interesting thing because your harmony is your emotional landscape. It's the emotional landscape that you're walking through, right? So let's do a little experiment. What were we gonna ask? Yes.
Hopefully it's not too big, but
No.
I've always wondered.
Yes.
Traditional Chinese music
Yes.
does not have F or B.
Yeah, major pentatonic.
Yeah, so it's a 5, right? And
Yeah.
then what would you say about that?
Almost every single culture on earth has a long musical tradition of major pentatonic scales being used, especially in like Native American music is major or minor pentatonic 5-note scale. A lot of Peruvian music is the same.
The Black Keys.
The Black Keys, exactly.
Play the Black Keys.
Indeed.
Sounds like that.
Right, so
Exactly.
What does that
So that means
have
that,
harmony that you're talking about?
well, it's interesting because it depends on what we're actually working with, right? The harmony that I'm talking about is like Western white-ass German dude with powdered wig invented harmony. And I can literally, if you want to, get into the actual physics of why the major pentatonic scale emerges first. And because there's literally a physical reason, which is that it's complicated. But and I could show you with the guitar after if you want. But basically, it doesn't have any notes that aren't resultant from the initial central tone of the scale. So whenever you play any given note, it resonates various frequencies that aren't just that note, right? And one of the things that will automatically emerge from that is a major pentatonic scale, right? Which is kind of cool, if you ask me. So it's an inherently physical property that human beings have been picking up on for millennia.
The 5 notes.
The 5 notes one. And being able to sing do, re, mi, fa, mi, right? You can hear inherently how fa lifts you out. Now you're floating above where you're supposed to be. And you're not really comfortable, but you're not like scared. And you just kind of want to go home eventually, right? Whereas, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Holy shit, there's a killer in the house. Put away the axe, run, lock the door. I gotta go home, right? And those things are so extreme feeling because they do not fit in the same way that the major pentatonic scale, the Chinese classical music, does. So what you're dealing with in that case, there's still tone of voice, like na 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 na. That's major pentatonic, and you know I'm making fun of you, right? Right? I know something you don't know. That something is do. I know what do is, but you don't know what do is, right? I know it. You don't know. There's meaning in that, so you can still get meaning across, right? But what we're studying is old-ass white dude music. If that helps you. All of the same laws apply, right? The rhythm is still the rhythm. The tone of voice is still the tone of voice. The pacing is still the pacing, right? Take, for example, Balkan music. A lot of that music is very minor sounding, very Phrygian sounding. Right? Right? The thing that gives that music a sense of joy is its rhythm. Right? And there's an emotional depth to the scale they're using as well, right? Or Indian classical music, right? So these are all very different things. We all react to it, and how we react to it has a lot to do with the culture that has been instilled in place for thousands of years. All right, hello.
That's a question I wanted to ask. Have you ever done this with African?
Yeah.
Or
Kids from Spain think 3 sounds like home. And they sit in the class and we're all like, dissonance, climax of a scene, dramatic, or for in our case, right, stressed, Middle Eastern, stretched, troubled, and they're like, it sounds like my house. I just like my house. So yeah. So again, to answer your question, chicken or the egg is a very big deal, right? Socially, how we talk about it. And the way we use language, the words we choose, right, that has a lot of information in our culture as well, right? So all of these things are culturally specific. Now, check this out. Now we're going to do a little simple exercise, right? Because now you're like, well, yes, I understand, George, that the chords feel a certain way, and if I play this chord in front of 2,000 people, if Paul McCartney's standing in front of me and he plays C, everybody in the stadium is like, I feel peaceful, content, reverent, surprised, serenity, or balanced, somewhere in that general vibe, right? And then you start singing a word, and then suddenly that feeling gets attached to a word, and the word sucks up that feeling. And that particular note he chose, that's his tone of voice, right? And that tone of voice is the tone of voice someone is using against this feeling with this information. That is the actual power of musicality. Because I can stand in front of you, and I can play you a chord, and I know how you feel. That means that if I have a relationship with my harmony, right? If I have a personal relationship with my harmony, and I know what it means to me, you might not be on the same sentence as me, but you're on the same page. And the second that I start singing a word against it, now there's a sentence. So I know that I can take my lived experience and I can literally hand it to you. And you'd be like, I have no idea what that's like. I know what it's like. That's exactly what it's like. So here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. Wendy, please pick, just for the sake of everybody's sanity, let's leave 7 out of it for now. But I want you to give me any 4 if you were to toss a dice, what are the 4 numbers between 1 and 6 you want to pick? 2. 2?
5.
2, 5?
1.
Oh, come on. It's a music theory joke here. So let's check this out. 2, 5, 1, 6. 2, 5, 1, 6. Now, 2 minor, right? That's our D minor chord. That's our melancholy, sad, somber, pensive, mellow, reflective, peaceful. Will you pick any word from 2 minor, please? Very good. The one that I'm like, is it? The one where I'm like, I don't know. Very good. Will you pick any word from 5? Let's get you 5. Ethereal. Oh, that's 4.
Oh, 5, sorry.
Yeah.
Adventurous.
Very good. Very good. 1. You give me a word for 1, my friend.
I'm gonna go content.
All right. I thought you were going to go for your own.
Yeah, no, I can't do that.
Yes, you can. You want to go for your own?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I thought it was a good choice, man. I got to tell you. Adventuous. Jesus. Come on, Caps Lock. Be my friend. There we go. All right. And last but not least, the great and powerful Mike Buffo.
Whoa.
What do you got?
Somber.
Somber. Very good. Now watch. All I'm going to do, here's what's interesting about this to me. I think that the thing that's a trick to learning a lot of creative arts like this is reverse engineering the experience, right? I have a feeling, they sang a word, right? Well, what is the feeling? And then how did the word match with that feeling? So then if you just go back to the chord and you're like, well, what does the chord feel like? Well, maybe I can actually find the word from the feeling. All right? So now we have a series of words. All I'm going to do is, in the simplest possible terms, I'm going to use these words to construct sentences and just turn them into lines. Right? And it can be as simple as like, I've been feeling peaceful, right? Peel, come on, man. Can't actually spell. I've been feeling peaceful, but longing for adventure, right? Now, I can use the word content or I can imply content. I've been feeling peaceful, but longing for adventure, right? Right? You know? All of my contentment, I just use it, right? Run somber in the afternoon. Why not? And now all I have to do is play the chord progression and then have eyes in the back of my head. See what happens. Now, one thing about this is you tend to have to use longer chord progressions where the chords stick around longer so that you have enough time for the word to actually lay on top of the feeling you're trying to give, right? So there's a little cheating in there, I will say, right? Oh, cheers, brother, thank you. That'll do. That's all right. Thank you very much. Well, I've been feeling so peaceful, but longing for adventure. All of my contentment runs somber in the afternoon. Not too bad, right? Not too bad, right? Now, what I might do after this is I might try to give us something to hang on to, some sort of an image. I've been feeling peaceful but longing for adventure. All of my contentment runs somber in the afternoon. Maybe what I'll do from there, I don't know. I've been feeling peaceful but longing for adventure. All of my contentment runs somber in the afternoon. It's just like, just reflecting peaceful. Stillness is stillness, you know. Longing for adventure, too much stillness that I need to run, right? Like, and now I'm just going to see if I can land us on some sort of an image to kind of like make it concrete. Let's see. Somber, right? Get me out of the house. This, how can we describe a house in somber terms?
Find me a place to rest.
Huh?
A place to rest.
Oh, yeah. Oh, actually, that's really good. This resting place, right? This resting place is huh?
It's not my home.
Yeah, very good. Now, let's just roll from there, all right? I think I can make it happen. Thank you, Mike.
Let me get your lyrics for you again.
I appreciate you, bro. Come on, Tony. Here we go, very good. Let's see. I've been feeling peaceful, but longing for adventure. All of my contentment will run somber in the afternoon. And stillness is stillness, too much and I need to run and get me out of the house. This resting place is not my home. Lift me up, lift me up. I need a little drama to get my blood pumping. Yeah, lift me up, lift me up. Oh, I need a little drama to get my blood pumping, my blood pumping. Lift me up. Yeah. Goth queen. All right, there you go. There you go. So here's the deal. Songcrafting, right? This is what I do. This is how I try to make my living. It's pretty niche if you really think about it. You know, so it's like, what do you do for a living? Oh yeah, I sing at people all day, but I want them to do it. What? You're like, you play gigs? No. I make them play gigs. Yeah, no. So, if you are human, you are musical. The music is there, right? You do it already. My job is to show you that you are doing it, and to actually show you how to pay attention to it, and then show you how to organize it, and show you where your potential is. So that's what I like to do with my life. If you guys want to come and hang out and do that with me, I'd be more than happy to help you out with that. But thank you so much for listening.
You're a genius, George.
You're a genius.
Thank you. Woo! Hey, wow! We harmonized.
Yes, we did.
It's on Mondays. What time?
It starts. It's at 6 p.m. So it's a 10-week class, and it rolls from this Monday to the very early part of December.
Monday
and it's
night.
Also on Zoom, and all the classes are recorded. So if you have to miss one or you have to be remote, that's totally doable.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's
really
it's physical at Wendy's studio, and there's a Zoom recording. Yeah.
We're going to do something called What's the Biggest Lesson You Learned Today? So if you have something that you learned something, we're going to pass around the microphone. And if you please share, just stand up and just one aha moment you learned from the workshop today.
Everyone is musical.
There you go. Boom.
Short and sweet. Who's next?
Okay. Hello, I'm Rebecca. Well, one is just to put yourself in proximity. I think that's a big thing, is like being in person, and even music, right, is just totally different experienced in person. And that, yes, we're all musical, and that there is a structure behind things. I think often we mystify, but you've demystified something that we've all been experiencing but not understanding.
Correct.
Thank you.
Nice, thank you, yeah. Oh, there we go.
Okay. Hi. Music is universal.
You just stand up and speak?
Yeah.
Lots of joy. And thank you for holding my hand. That's how I felt.
So happy to do it. You're not required to speak.
Never a dull moment when George is in the room, that's for sure. Always lots of learning, and yeah.
Thank you.
Well
very
done.
much. That's
Thank you very
sweet.
much.
That's very sweet.
I will say something. I wasn't gonna, but thank you. And I think it really brings back the urge to sing again. I sang when I was a kid, and when I was living in China, I went to karaoke all the time because it's actually very healing to use your own voice and sing. So yeah, and I might be taking your one-on-one classes.
Hell yeah, that's awesome, man. You're so cool. It's yours, you know? Like, it's nobody else has your voice, man. It's yours.
Hi, I learned a lot here, but something about bringing awareness to the feelings, the emotions that come with different chords, and then matching words that fit with that is a way to make songs up, was an amazing sort of demonstration for me.
Thank you. Glad you liked it.
There's an organization and a logic to music that you are aware of and can describe that I've felt, but I'm not able to describe. And that's a really neat thing.
Thanks, man.
I also want to thank Gary Morris, for donating our sweets this morning for the pastries. Thank you, Gary, for being our sponsor. One final announcement. Next month, we're going to have a little bit of a different type of workshop, more on the feminine side. We have a special guest who's new to town. Rebecca, will you join me for a second?
Hey.
Could you say, this is Rebecca. Oh, it's on already.
Hello.
And say just a few words about what they can expect next month.
Yeah, so we're going to be...
It's on.
It's on. Yeah. There we go. We're going to be diving into vision. Vision is something that is so important because you can't create what you can't see. And so whatever you're looking for as far as what you're wanting to create in the rest of the year, if you want to create in 2025. It'll be very experiential. All you need to do is bring yourself, maybe something to write with, probably bring something as well, and an open mind, which, I mean, I was actually going to compliment that this is such a beautiful combination and harmony of the feminine and the masculine energy in this room, which I work primarily with women. I don't experience that a lot when it's a co-ed room, but I think it's because we're tapped into our creative and tapped into music, which you have to use both. So yeah, next month, just be ready to dive into vision and how to create exactly what you want. And this is also putting a structure to something I think that we think is very ethereal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, Mike, and thank you for the privilege.
I'm excited. Thank you so much. That's it. Thank you, everybody, for coming. See you next month.